Hi everybody. I'm so glad that you are here today. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my hands today. We're going to jump right into a project, and what we're going to do is show you how to make a cute little something something, okay, using porcelain air dry clay that I have already gotten a piece out and have laid between two pieces of wax paper. Okay, for using air dry clay, and rolling it out, you save yourself some trouble and use some wax paper. Really not expensive either to buy. Anyway, so get your clay situated, grab your roller. This is the only thing I really spent any money on, and that was this roller. It is so great. I love it. I got it from Michael's, in case anybody's curious and wants one. I looked and looked around and even bought one that I wasn't happy with, so I put out a few extra dollars, and I'm really happy I did. I don't know if you noticed there, but I kind of turned my rolling around and did it sideways, and now that it's getting bigger, I'm just going to use my wax paper to be able to move it around. And I'm starting in the center, and I'm using firm pressure. This is going to be more of a thin piece, delicate, so I'm wanting to roll my clay out to a pretty good thin roll. I'm not good with measurements, so I'm sorry, but I can't tell you. But it's just very, very thin. How about that? You'll see it once I lift the wax paper. And I'm trying to go fast because I know y'all don't like long videos. For those of us that are crafters, though, I find them helpful. I kind of like the longer videos where they're more specific. So I guess I would be in that category. Now, when I start to see that happening, that means my wax paper is getting a little too damp and can do what it just did, which is it got a little too moist, as you see, and it tore. I knew it was as I was talking there. I was thinking, oh, I gotta turn this over. All you do is get a new one, and if the top one needed it, most likely your bottom one's gonna need it. Yeah, it did. So, let's get it off of there. There's no pieces, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of water. This actually is some leftover clay that has been sitting in the cellophane for quite a while, waiting to be used, and it seems like it's just a little bit dry, but that's because I kept adding leftover pieces to it. That could be it. I don't touch the clay, so but like I said, this is a piece of clay that I kept from other projects, you know, and you just keep them, and then I finally decided tonight to see what shape I have. I hate to waste anything, especially clay. It's not cheap. I get Crayola, by the way. That's the brand I like. And what I'm doing is just kind of wetting the clay a little bit. I seen it just seemed, you know, dry. I'm getting a lot of little cracks and stuff like that, which we don't want. So I may have to break out a different piece of clay, a fresh one, but we're trying to save it. That's what we're trying to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that a little roll. it. Let that water kind of bring it back to life. Buckling up. I may need to change the paper. Well, it's okay. Like I said, wax paper is cheap. It's not a big deal. So let's see what we're getting. Yeah, okay. We're getting a little bit on the damp side, of course, because I added water. Give it a flip. Now this side I haven't added any water. Maybe I may not need to, but I am seeing some that around my edges are looking a bit on the dry side on this side. So I'm going to do the same thing I did a minute ago. So let me save you time. Okay, what we've done is I really wasn't quite sure where I wanted to go with today's project, but I feel like Bunny Day. And what I'd like to show you is how to get away from having to have a mold to be able to make something out of air dry clay, and making your own templates. Okay, that's what I call them, little templates. Very, very easy, and I'm going to show you real quickly. Okay, this is thickened, and it's called thickened tracing paper. And, okay, there's a view of it. Translucent vellum paper. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. 100 GSM. It is a thickened tracing paper, okay? Alright, back to over here. It comes 50 sheets, and I've had this now for, gosh, 8 years. But of course, I really wasn't 8 years ago doing a lot of porcelain clay. So I have been going through it making patterns. But get you a sheet out. That's what it looks like. And I wanted you to hear how it sounded, so you kind of get an idea that it isn't something like paper. Not like paper. Paper wouldn't work. Well, I guess you could make it work if you worked really fast. Okay, so what you're going to do, let's say you wanted to make, this is a bag full of my patterns that I've made. Let me just grab the one I wanted to show you oh, there it is. A way to do it without having to be an artist and just sketch it out, okay? There's other ways to get around that if you aren't secure with your drawing, technique or skill. Look through or online with Pinterest. Okay, there you go. Pinterest, and simply type in the type of things, that you'd like to see to get an idea about. And then all you do is print it out, okay? And that is printer paper. I think you can tell the difference. But anyway, this is regular old copy material with an inkjet printer. Printed it out, fussy cutted it out of its image so that I got only what I wanted, which was this pretty dove. In fact, I've already put out a video about it, made one, it's beautiful. Anyway, though, there you go. Fussy cut something out, use your tracing paper, lay it over the object you want to trace. Look at that. There it is. Real easy. Then take your pencil, or I suggest a black marker. It's a lot easier to follow the lines if you get a template that isn't just with pencil lines. I really recommend doing a black outline. Okay, so do that. But that's how you can get around it, okay? If you want to do a bunny, you want whatever, find one. Print it out, okay, and get yourself some good strong tracing paper. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So that's what I've been using, and you can see I've got tons of, there's the pattern for the dove that's been used. And even though they wrinkle up, they will come back. I need to get these and press them in a book, because I don't want to lose them. And I also kept my backup because I didn't know how to draw and a dove or the way I wanted it to look. So when I went and found one, printed it out. In fact, I don't even think there's a mold that exists out there with a dove on it. Bobby pins work really good to keep them together. It was just a last minute thought. Okay, so let me just slip these away. Let me not take up your time. Okay, like me as usual, I've kind of switched gears. I was going to go for, after showing you all the templates and everything, sorry about that, but I decided to go ahead and I wanted to make a bowl, a dish bowl. Those are beautiful, and I wanted some more of them, and I want one really thin. So when I got to looking at this, I said, this is a perfect opportunity. So that's what we are going to make. And as you know, things will fly around and get in your clay. So I only got up for a second, and something flew right in there, making kind of a divot, because you want your clay to be, you know, perfectly as good as you can get it. No nail marks and stuff like that. Okay, since we're going a different way, usually we're going to show you how to make a bowl, okay, instead. Okay, select yourself a bowl. I have one here that I love. I have a whole collection of these and just love them. So, but this is the bowl we're going to use. We have another bowl just like it sitting right to the right of me that is covered with cellophane. Put cellophane all the way inside the bowl. That way when we place our completed bowl here into here, it will sink in and become the bowl shape. And with the cling or the saran wrap, clear plastic wrap, whatever y'all call it, will be on it. That will help us to get it out of the bowl without it sticking or having any problems. Some people don't have any problems with it. I always got to cover mine. They always stick for me, but that's me. So if it's you, then saran wrap it, okay? Also, here we go. I'm letting the clay sit much too long. I'm going to go ahead and pick a good place where I think that I've rolled it out really good. And I'm just going to give it a firm push. Kind of a jiggle back and forth. Kind of like a cookie cutter, I guess. I wish it was a cookie cutter. It'd be a lot sharper. And a little easier. But no big deal, because I've got a trusty X-Acto knife that I can always go around the outside edge of the cup making, or cup, bowl, also, so that I don't torture myself. But let's see if I've managed to get through it all. Yeah. Oh, good, I have. So I'm just going to gently pull. I'm firmly pushing where I'm pulling on the bowl. If that makes any sense. Right where I'm pulling from the bowl, the clay, I'm giving extra pressure with my right hand on the bowl. Oh, and there goes the game. My cat, my boy cat, he's wonderfully smart. He's too smart for his own good, really. Loves to play a game on Bella, who's my little girl of 6 years old now. There's this one little place that's wanting to give me a little bit of a go. But I'm a little more stubborn. Haha. Okay, I win. Now this was repurposed clay, and again, I've still got more to use. So I'm just gonna roll it up and do what we did before. to get it reconditioned. Just gonna give it a squeeze. I'm looking frantically around for my saran wrap. And I found it, but it's up underneath my wax paper. Come on out of there. There we go. Gonna just give our old clay a wrap. That's what you want to do, okay? That way you can use it again. And if you want to give it a knead, wait till it's in the saran wrap. That way your hands don't, dry out your clay. So give it a good push and pull and set it to your side while you're busy with your project. Okay, so instead of you all having to watch everything, let me save a little time because it takes a gentle, I have to be real gentle. It looks like I waited a little bit long here, but this will come out. And what you do is you push it. There we go. You just push. It was giving me a bit of a go there. And then just fix your edges. We did a little bit rougher time there getting off, didn't we? But that's okay. All you do is come around and I need to blow my nose, you guys. I notice that I sniff a lot. I have allergies and they get me, I tell you. I found that in my videos I did a lot of this and instead of just grabbing a Kleenex, see? Isn't that silly? Silly of me. We've got a really rough edge there. And we got a little bit of work to do on this one. Being it didn't want it free from that bowl, it tore a lot of my edges, but I'll be able to fix that. Just a little bit of water and a little bit of patience, and all of that can be fixed. This is the bottom that I'm looking at right now. I'm thinking is going to be my bottle, so let me set this other thing out of the way. And I've run out of places to set places out of the way. If that makes any sense at all. All right, let's get us a fresh piece of wax paper down. This one has had it. So, ta-da! Now let's see what we got on this side. All the little pieces from the other side jump to this side. But you know what's good is to make those mistakes while I am teaching. That way you guys learn when you come up against it. Now I think what I'm just going to do is take the X-Acto knife, instead of trying to make this edge be there when it wasn't supposed to be there. It was pulled away as I was pulling on it to release from the bowl. So it comes real easily off because it was pretty much cut into, just didn't get it far enough with the bowl. It happens. So this is all you do to correct it, and all I'm doing is going around the outside, following the mark of the bowl. Super easy. Yeah, that went much better than I was expecting. All right. There we go. Yeah, and you see me over here collecting the clay. Never let anything get thrown away. I'll probably make a flower or something with this last little bit. Okay. Right. this side you guys probably can see a lot better than I can. Okay. Is my head in the way? A big old head. Alrighty. And we're coming around the back stretch. And time's ticking on y'all, isn't it? So you see kind of what I'm doing. Which is kind of making another mess for myself because I just dropped some stuff on it. Put you on pause, but I think we're just about, yeah, we're there, so I don't need to do that. That way I can show you what we do next. Let me turn it around, get a good peek at all sides. Oh, okay, yeah, this side needs more work. And you see my side there is where it should be. Where this one's gonna be real soon. Seed collecting. I've got a good sized ball right there. You bet. It's expensive to buy craft supplies. I don't know, I never hear anybody say that, but I'm being real. It is. And the big crafters are getting paid, you know, so that's cool. I'm glad for that. It's about time a crafter or artist gets paid. See, a little something keeps little pieces when I keep divoting into my clay. And it's dry right now, you know, dry. You can see it's not shiny wet, which sometimes works just as well, if not better, to smooth out any kind of little imperfections in your clay. Because we are making a beautiful, it's going to be a beautiful dish bowl. So you want everything to be as perfectly smooth and pretty as possible. Okay, I'm going to finish dawdling, okay? But, you know, be right back. Save time. Okay. I went back into my bag of templates that I've made, and this one came to mind. I thought, oh, perfect. Let's do some leaves on the top of our plate. Won't that be lovely? Or bowl. It'll be a bowl. So that's how we start, okay? No mold, but a template made out of what I showed you in the beginning of the video. Now, I've used it before, so as you see it rolling up, okay, the way to deal with that, because you've got to be real careful, because you don't want any of your, and it's real easy to do, to put a nail print. So gently making sure everything is down properly on your clay, your placement, because I pushed it down pretty good with my fingers, gently. This is where I always get fingerprints, or nail prints, sorry. So that's why I keep saying it. Be careful. Now I'm just taking this heavy roller and gently, because I'm not trying to roll out the clay, but I am trying to get enough pressure, and really the weight is enough to get the stencil to stay while I simply trace it out. Now I'm not cutting anything out. I'm simply tracing it. Okay, let's see if I've been successful. Yay. See how it now is laying down. Yet nothing has happened as far as it rolling out, okay? Get yourself a tool. I'm always talking about these. They come in a pack of 4, and each end has a little ball. And then you have an extension of metal here and different size balls on each end of the 4 pieces of this set. This little rolling pin I use when I make little mistakes with the nail pen. Come in like with a little roller, and this also is a roller. Huge, great investment if you're going to be using air dry clay. And I'm talking, and you only have a limited time of just a gentle pressure. So I better get to tracing out the template of the leaf pattern. And you don't have to be perfect. You know, try to stay within your lines, but if you go out a little bit, don't panic. Just keep right on it going. I'm using firm pressure, but not enough pressure to go through to the bottom, of course. And if you see anything that's kind of rolled up, or like I can see a little piece was missing, you know, you can just fill that in. And I'm not going to draw in the stem until I've lifted up the template, because I can see I put Scotch tape, so it was a weak spot. Okay. Now you can use a bobbin, excuse me, a safety pin, a bobbin, anything with a sharp end. Can work. Okay. Yeah, that's not even cut out over there for some reason. Get quiet when I am concentrating, guys. Sorry about that. How was your day? I hope it was a good day. Whatever day you have caught this video, I hope that you make it. I really do. And I love when my subscribers send me a picture of what they did. It really inspires me a lot. I'm gonna see if I can come in there since that wasn't cut out. Okay. And then just go ahead and lift your pattern, and that's gonna be a pattern that needs a little help because some of it wasn't cut out. Then you're going to do a lot of wiping away of little specks of clay that are in those grooves that you did. So you want to take time to brush them away. It's going to take a little bit more work to get them all out of there, but that's what you want to do. Go back over your lines because some of them were a little jaggedy. yeah, just blow. Just blow. Got the maid coming. We got to get this place cleaner. Just don't have time. I'm working all the time. So a little help around the house is going to be really welcomed. All right. Let me save you from this part, because all I'm doing is going back over those holes. There you go. Being very careful not to get my nails or any of those little things that are in the groove to fly out at me. Okay? So that's all I'm going to do. And while you rest, I'll be right back. Thought I'd let you watch the little bit left that I have to do with and show you the progress and how it's looking. So I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. There. Okay. I'm seeing there. Wow. Okay, good. Isn't that pretty? Now I see leaf right there that I'm gonna need to outline. Just some water is in there. I just need to bring it out, and it'll show the outline of the template that I traced. Okay, and getting all the little crumbs off. That's all that's needed to be done. So let me just do that. Time is of the essence. It's my new word. There we go. And I constantly just use my hands, but it's probably better just to use a tissue. But then again, wait a minute, I may think I don't want tissue in there either. So, okay, sticking with the clean fingers. And all I'm doing is going through and making sure they have a good, clean imprint. Because it's all it is an imprint, not a cutout. There we go. Looks like we're rounding the bend on it being done. And I got some in my hair. I'm always checking that little ball on the end because it will collect clay and then cause a little bit of a troublesome time. And sometimes I even just wet it and put it in to try to see if I can't. Let's see, where was that one that was so light? I think it was this one. Now see, then you go and you do dumb things like that. Okay, well I think that's going to be nice and deep. There, okay, good, 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 good. Don't want to do too much, believe me. You start fiddle-faddling with it, and the next thing you know, you've made an error that's not fixable. Okay, I think we've got it exactly the way we want it. It's now ready for the bowl. So, what we've done, rolled out our porcelain air dry clay by Crayola. I made a template. I showed you what it was. Gave you the name and so forth. Showed you about wax paper. Showed you about making your own templates so that you can do cool things like that. Just a neat imprint. Now I'm going to show you after, and then we showed you cutting it out, right? Okay, smoothing it and all that good stuff. And now comes the fun part, and that is putting it in inside your bowl. So, just getting it off the wax paper. There we go. I'm going to lay it on our bowl. And this can be a little bit tricky, I won't lie. You have to be very, very careful. You know, the worst thing that could happen is if, you know, it broke in half, which would be just devastating after the hours I've put in. And it has been hours. Now, I did take breaks in between. But I'd say this project right here with rolling out the clay, conditioning the clay, rolling the clay out, figuring out what you're going to do with it. That took half the time. What I was in the mood to do. And this was it. So you just keep gently working this until you get it more inside of the bowl. And you see there's the clear white. Clear out. Clear right. Dios mío. I don't even know what Dios mío means. I just seem to say, I have no idea where I picked it up. But anyway, I'm going to be gently working with this and gravity to gently get it to sink into the bowl. That's what I was trying to say. Excuse me. I think I have something respiratory. I feel like I've been stiffened forever, and then, but I didn't feel it in my chest, and I'm beginning to feel it in my chest. Yippee yay yay yay, huh? All right, I'm gonna let you go. It's going to be beautiful. Once I get it more into the bowl, then we'll let it dry. It takes 24 to 48 hours to dry. This is a very thin, I wanted it that way, a bowl that I'm making. So it may be shorter drying time. We'll have to just wait and see. It is inside of a bowl, so it may take more of a 48 to 72 hours. We'll see, right? And I'll be back to show you how to paint it, or I'll show you it already painted. Leave some comments below. Maybe let me know which direction would you like to see this when it's all the way done and out of its little mold. This is my homemade mold right here. And it has become a bowl, and it's going to be so nice because it's going to be nice and thin. Okay, enough yapping. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you if you've made it to the end of my videos. I know they're not as professional as everybody else's, but this is crafting. And, you know, give yourself the right to make a mistake, to try something new, to think out of the box. You know, everybody's using a mold. I don't have $30 to throw out for every little mold. I don't. So if you're like me and want to think out of the box and come out with another way to be able to have birds and bunnies and 3D things, you can do that. And I've showed you one way, and that's a template. And there's other ways that I'll be teaching you to. Okay, subscribe if you like my hands. You'll see more of those than you will me and my face and all that. Because I like to just jump up and start working. So the face doesn't always get worked on. So you get to just see hands. This is from a bad burn, by the way. It's from, guess what? A hot glue gun. So I've got a bandage on it. Sorry about my hands not looking so party. Okay, these are working hands. Subscribe. If you like me, hit that subscribe button. It's free. Free. Free lessons on how to do great things like this. It's going to be a beautiful porcelain dish. Beautiful. Free to know how. All you have to do is buy the supplies and I'll help you along. Hit the bell notification. It's a cute little bell right next to the subscribe. And all it does is ask you, do you want to be notified when Crystal or Creations by Crystal uploads another video? That's it. You don't even have to touch it and it vanishes off your screen. It just tells you I did one. Let's see, anything else? Oh, thumbs up. If you're already in my family and as a subscriber, I feel like you're family. And a lot of my family are part of my channel because my family's extremely artistic and creative. My cousins own design companies that are out of this world good. I wish they were closer. They live in Colorado. Okay, thumbs up if you like it. That's how the YouTube player likes it. They don't pay attention to Facebook. If you happen to catch it on Facebook, if you could just go into your YouTube player, that'd be great. There's where you leave your comments, your thumbs up if you like. Subscribe if you haven't. Comments. Thumbs down, too, guys. I don't mind hearing constructive criticism at all. Okay, pictures of anything I inspired for you to make. Maybe you make a bowl. I would love to see it. Okay, enough chitter chatter. Bye from my hands and bye from me. Till next time.